Very good afternoon from Sydney Harbour, or good evening or good morning, wherever you're watching around the world, for the first day of this year's JJ Giltinan 18ft Skiff World Championship. Invitation race today. Doesn't count points for the big championship, which gets underway tomorrow on the harbour. But today we've got a lovely southeasterly breeze, and it's going to be a good test out for some of the boats that we don't know much about, especially the overseas contenders. So I'm Peter Shipway on behalf of Sail Media, and thank you for joining us. We hope you can join us over the next 8 to 10 days, because we're in for some thrilling, exciting racing. Today we've got a clear sky, a few little clouds around, a nice southeasterly breeze of about 8 to 10 knots. And to tell us a little bit more, good afternoon to Dolly Devola. Dolly, it's an exciting week coming up, isn't it?
Good afternoon, Shippo. Good afternoon, viewers. Yeah, well, look, it's shaping up to be a good week of sailing with a big fleet of 27 boats. All the Australian fleet with a spattering of internationals. And, I think, and I've been saying the past few weeks, I think we've probably got the most competitive, close fleet that we've had for a number of years. And picking a winner this year is going to be quite difficult, I think. Obviously, we've got some favourites, but which we might get into at a later date. But it's going to be a mix of conditions, which is going to throw a few curveballs at a few people. And we've got some unknown quantities, especially from, I think, the Black Knight and Shaw and Partners New Zealand, I think, are two real smokies who could take it to the Australian fleet. And then from our visitors from Queensland, we've seen GC Sails performing very well. The Bigfoot, it's going to be a very open regatta. So I'm really excited that we're going to see some great racing. Today, at the moment, we're in the southeast. It's been ticking around between south and south-southeast. Pressure's sort of ebbing and flowing, very patchy. I'm sure we'll be having our debate later about which side of the island we're going, Shippo. We'll place some bets. But, we're on this southeast course. We've got a pretty decent outgoing tide all afternoon. So we'll see how we go this afternoon. The invitation race is one of those races that no one really wants to win. But there's a bit at stake, I'm told, that they've offered as a little incentive to the winner. They get, for the rest of the week, they get the closest rigging spot to the launch ramp. So there you can see there. So the ramp, you can see that little bit of just above the boat that's just launched there. The winners will get the spot right next to that ramp, which means you can be first on the water, and most importantly, you carry your boat about 20 feet rather than 100 metres. So
it's a little bit of a carrot dangled in front of the skiffs.
It sure is. It might encourage them to actually finish this year.
Well, 27 boats are entered. We've got entries from Germany, New Zealand, which will be great to see them back again, and the Germans as well, the UK, Denmark, Germany again, and the United States of America. That's an interesting one. A late call up, and they'll be sailing Andu. 3 Americans on board. We've got Michael Rajowski, Dave Lindenberg, and Daniel Roberts sailing Andu, USA. They haven't raced since 2013 in 18-foot skiffs when they sailed on San Francisco Bay. But the skipper, Michael, has just won the National 14 title in the Gorge in the Oregon-Washington border. So they know their way around skiffs, but it's a big, different challenge out here on the harbour. And as we say that, we'll say good afternoon to Jimmy Bury, and we've got course set. Jimmy, let us know what you think it's going to be and your thoughts of the week coming up.
Afternoon, Pete. Afternoon, viewers. Yeah, Hugh Lester's got course 3 displayed on the start boat, which is the southeast course. So starting down in Taylor's Bay, they work their way up to Rose Bay, run down to Robertson's Point, work their way back up to Clark Island, short little run down to Chowder Bay, work up into Rose Bay, run down to Taylor's, back to Rose Bay, down to Robinson's, and then finish off Clark Island. Shippo, I'm super excited for this, what we're going to see this week. There's a lot of chit-chat amongst the guys and girls in the park already about a bit of training that's been going on during the week, and as Dole alluded to, Shaw and Partners New Zealand is a big talking point amongst a lot of the sailors. But, it's going to be an exciting week with a lot of different breezes thrown at the teams, but more importantly, they've just got to get through tomorrow and Sunday, because there's also on Sydney Harbour, we've got the Sydney Harbour Regatta, which will have probably close to 200 yachts competing. But in speaking with the people at the host yacht club for that, Middle Harbour Yacht Club, they were talking about trying to finish up their racing before we get underway. But if anything gets delayed, it could throw some spanners in the works for some of the teams here. And the last thing you want to be doing is carrying your big penalty drop from the beginning of a important regatta like the JJ Giltinan.
Well, that's the overhead shot looking at the clubhouse and the rigging area at Double Bay. Most skiffs are on the water, and the forecast for today is lightish winds, so a big sail breeze, and the similar tomorrow, getting around more to the east to the northeast, and then a big booming southerly is the early forecast for Sunday. So just running through the schedule of racing, which you may not be familiar with. Today is the invitation race. I said earlier, no points count for the championship today. It's just a testing race to see, flex the muscles, I guess, and weigh up your competition. Tomorrow, Saturday, is one heat. Sunday is one heat. Then a lay day Monday. Tuesday, March 10, races 3 and 4, so 2 shortish races. The same again on Wednesday, races 5 and 6. Thursday is a full course race, that's race 7. Lay day on the Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday of the following weekend, heats 8 and 9, and that's the final race then on the Sunday. All racing starting at 14:45 or 2:45 Sydney time. And at the moment, if you've just joined us, I know a lot of people have joined us. There's too many to mention you on the chat show. It's obviously a lot of people are excited. We've got so many people already. We're still about 20 minutes away from a start, have come in and said hello to us, and we say hello to you, and the Sail Media team are very grateful for all your comments. It's wonderful to have you all with us, and we hope you can keep with us throughout the whole of the regatta. But at the moment, the breeze is up and down, as Dolly said. It's probably about 8 to 10 knots, nothing much more. A little bit of cloud coming over. The harbour relatively empty. There's a few pleasure boats out, yachts and motor vessels, but I think it's going to be a pretty clear harbour for this invitation race. This series brought to you by the Winning Group, great sponsors of the 18-footers. So, Dolly, any intel from the park? I saw Baz Atkins in the park. He's been tuning up the Germans. You get any intel from Baz at all?
Yeah, and I've been spending a little bit of time just seeing what's going on with the Black Knight. Andy has been down at the sail loft for weeks now, prepping the new boat, and they've been getting out sailing. I was over at Double Bay on Tuesday, I think it was, and them and a number of boats got out for a bit of a shakedown sail. And as Jimmy mentioned, a lot of talk about when boats shaped up, doing some training, how quick Eli Lifting and his team were on Shore and Partners New Zealand. No surprise to me, of course, because Eli's a fellow windsurfer, mate, so I'd expect him to be quick. He's an IQ foil campaigner, Olympic campaigner, so the 18 probably feels a little bit slow to him, but and being glued to the water. But yeah, certainly the Germans have been going well in the Black Knight. It's going to be interesting to see. But, as far as the local boats go, I'm looking at the breezes that we're going to have over the next week. So, with the exception of this big southerly on Sunday, I think conditions are going to be right in the wheelhouse of Henry Larkins on Balmain. The Six boys should go well. The Lazarus boys should go well. And we just saw on screen a minute or so ago the young Ben Crawford on the Rag and Famish. They're a lighter weight team as well. So, yeah, I think, like I said, mate, I think we can say that probably Herman Winning in Yandu is the favourite along with Balmain, the current national champions. But But yeah, it's. I think I even sensed a few nerves in the park this morning, so we'll see. I'm sure they'll shake them out today. But it's hot, muggy out here on the water. It's and very patchy. It's going to be tough going for the teams getting this invitation race done.
Yes, it's quite hazy as well. You can see that shot there looking back to the famous Sydney Harbour Bridge. It's quite a hazy day and a lot of heat about. Just one crew addition we haven't mentioned as yet. Josh Peripsky comes aboard, Smeg with Ash Rooklin and Niall Morrow for the championship. So that's a valuable addition to the Smeg crew, no doubt about that. So we've got the New Zealand team have been out training. I was speaking to Graham Catley today, really the father of the 18-footers or the skiffs from Auckland. He was just saying they might be a little underdone. Especially the Shore and Partners New Zealand, that's Eli, as Dolly was mentioning, they haven't had that much time on the water to set their boat up and with new rigs, etc. So he just felt that they may be just a whisker off the pace early on, but we know what good sailors they are, and they've got a pretty good setup, and they've got Larry Cargill coaching them, a well-known Sydney sailor. He's been out all week with the boys, training them up. But today's the real test. And, of course, it's not just about boat speed. It's navigating around Sydney Harbour, which is always tricky with ferries, power boats, other obstructions. It's not an easy place to sail for newcomers, but they've been here before, the New Zealanders, but the Americans haven't. So that will be a good test for them. But the Germans have been as well. And they were here early on, and they impressed with their performance. And they've been working hard with Baz Atkins, as Dolly said. So a lot to find out today. I think it'll be a good test. The breeze probably 10 or 12 knots looking upwind towards Rose Bay, and we're down at the starting area in Taylor's Bay, where the starting line is laid at the moment. And there's Club Marine coming out, one of the lady skippers.
Yeah, nice bit of pressure currently.
Yeah, for Emma Rankin.
Up near the island, Shippo, so that should fill down to us. But yeah, you're talking about Eli Leifting in what is now Shore and Partners New Zealand new boat. So it's taken them probably a little while to get it up to speed. But you know, they were very competitive at last year's JJ Giltinan in the ASCC until they had that pretty nasty collision with Keegan York, and then the following day, as a result of that collision, their wing failed. Viewers might remember. So that cost them a lot of points in the championship last year. So if they can keep out of trouble, not that it was their fault, but it was an unfortunate accident last year. But yeah, it's going to be. I'm not sure that we'll get a true form guide today, Shippo.
No, but
out of the invitation race, but
you won't want to be holding back too much, though, I don't think. But anyway, the first beat will be from Taylor's Bay, which is the eastern side of Bradley's Head, for those that are not totally familiar with the harbour, and then a long beat up to past Shark Island to the weather mark in Rose Bay, and of course the old trick: which side of the island do you go? And you're saying, well, there's been some bets on that all year between the Sail Media boys, and I've won every one. I haven't collected a cent. Don't know what's going on.
Turn it up.
You blokes are tight, are you, Jimmy and Dolly?
Gee, you've got a short memory, mate.
Double or nothing today. Double or nothing.
All right now, there's a little bit of a spike in the breeze, and it's around in the right. So probably south-southeast, this bit of pressure that's come through.
I thought I could see the weather mark up there. Is that it?
Yeah.
To the right of the island as we're looking at. Is that it, Jimmy Nelly, that catamaran obscuring?
Yeah,
okay?
it is. So, like from our position here in Taylor's Bay, looking up towards Shark Island, you've got the reef off to the west. Top mark's just there, just behind that catamaran.
It looks further to the right than it normally is, which means the breeze obviously is around a bit in the right. So
we go
right of the
island.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, you're not going to commit yet. Non-committal.
We'll
little container ship coming out of the harbour. He'll be long gone.
Yeah, that's
the Sail GP.
Sail GP all packed up on the Atlanta Dawn and off to Rio.
Off to Rio. Wow.
So yeah.
Can you drop me off, Jimmy? I wouldn't mind a holiday in Rio with a cruise.
Do they go round the Horn? I suppose they do they? Or
There it is there on screen. Atlanta Dawn.
So that's bye-bye Sail GP Sydney.
Yeah, they had a disappointing weekend last weekend with the weather. It let them down. They're very light on the Saturday and even lighter on the Sunday. And it was a very good win in the end to the United States team.
Been a long time coming. First one for Taylor Canfield. So after a fairly dismal year last year, they proved a lot of knockers wrong on the weekend. Was a bit of a lottery, but they still had to win a start and win the race. So good on them.
Well, as the skiff's coming down towards the start area, we've got a bit of time to go to a start. And we'll invitation race today. No points up for grabs, just maybe a few bragging rights, but we're still about 13 minutes away from a start over here in Taylor's Bay, and hopefully all the fleet will get here on time, which they haven't always done this year. There's a few boats that have been a bit tardy and getting out to the line on time, but I'd say most of them are off the out of the park and just reaching from the rigging area across to Taylor's Bay.
You would hope for the biggest regatta of the year they'd get a wriggle on.
Yeah, there's our friends from Denmark. Badnaven the Vikings, Jesper Brodum, Darren McCavner and Uffe Andersen. They're flying on the Danish flag, and there's the Sail GP boats and Kier and Kit bound for Rio de Janeiro.
Well, that's the whole entire roadshow packed onto the one ship.
Yeah,
extraordinary. It's a big operation, but that's the view back to some of the fleet. There's Andu representing the United States. How good to see a representative of the United States for the JJ Giltinan World Championships, brought to you by the winning group. And we've got masses of people on the chat line. Everyone's excited. We're excited. So there's not too many people doing much work, I'd say. They're looking at their screens and pretending they're working, but as I said earlier, very appreciative of all your comments, and we hope we can bring a good carnival for the JJs to you over the 9 races starting tomorrow with the first heat. But today, the invitation race, which will be a nice little hit out and whet the appetite for the few days or the week ahead. Bit of cloud cover coming out of the southeast, but the breeze is still in at about 8 to 10 knots. There's Andu.
That's Brisbane. Is that Brisbane 18 footers? Or is that...
Just got a nip.
Smeg's got us on starboard.
Yeah, I think we had right away there, actually. Anyway, Ash Rooklyn going upwind with the Smeg. With Josh Perepsky now. What do we got? Who we got here? Oh.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Shippo, Josh, a really good addition to the Smeg team. I'm sure he'll provide them with speed and smarts.
So there's Andu and the Brisbane 18s. And the other boat that I think will probably figure high on, in the contention stakes, the GC Sails from, well, Queensland or Victoria, whichever way you look at it, but with the Cunningham boys and Joel Turner, impressive a few weeks ago, and when they came down a couple of times from Queensland, the Cunningham boys are from Victoria. They've been going up to Queensland to train with the Queensland fleet up there, and they have impressed.
And they're in good spirits. Had a chat to them in the park. I've known Scotty for quite a long time. I built him a few boats back in the day, and they're really looking forward to a big week.
Okay, well, there's the hopes on it from New Zealand. That's Shaw and Partners New Zealand. High hopes are held for him to attain a championship again for New Zealand. They've been rare in the last few years, but they won 3 in a row with Honda Marine in 2018, 19 and 20, David McDiarmid. And then you had to go back 44 years to the famous Travelodge New Zealand with Terry McDell winning in 1974. So a huge gap for New Zealand. But the last 5 titles have been taken out by the Australian boats, Smeg, Michael Coxon in 2021, Andu, Sevi Jarvan in 2022, then Andu again with Herman winning, and then the last 2 years, Yandu winning with Mika Lane in 24 and Tom Needham steering Yandu last year. So just looking at the fleet, there's Vycobi. They had a good last race in the last 2 weeks ago. And if you were watching, just to finish up that the season for the 18s, the club championship was won by Yandu and the point score was won by Sixt. That was the wrap-up to the season. And Sixt, a very good win, very consistent performer. Jacob Marks, Alex Marinelli and Matt Doyle. So we're back at the starting area, about 10 minutes to go to a start in the invitation race. Breeze is down a bit here, Dol. It's lifted off a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's still patchy, but hopefully we get a few pulses continue to come through. You know, the boats that we can see on screen there now, you can see Andu, which is the USA team, and Vycobi. They're comfortably pulling 3 strings, so 3 on wire, getting upwind pretty nicely. So there's enough pressure there for them to get going quite through the water quite nicely. They do look fairly powered up. They don't have a lot of twist going on, but they're in pressure. That's all that matters.
And there's good pressure up near Shark Island, I must say, looking upwind from our vantage point here. But there's Shark Island there, and the weather mark just to the right of Shark Island when we last saw it. Now, maybe have they moved it at all? It's hard to see it. Is it still there?
They've moved a little bit to the left.
To the left, yeah. So still an option open, I think, to go either side of the island, but probably you'd favour the right-hand side.
Yeah, if when they start the pressure is coming down from that south-southeast and there's pressure, it will be right.
And for the viewers at home, if you get your phone out and click on the tracker there, that'll take you to the link for the live trackers today. You'll be able to see all their boat speeds, their headings, what they're doing, where they're placed, the whole kit and caboodle. So jump on that and have that running on your iPad or your phone or whatever, and then on the computer, TV, have the stream going.
Yeah, it's really useful to be able to see the speed over ground and VMG headings and stuff, and comparing the boats and seeing what they're doing. And I'm sure a number of crews after today, or at least after tomorrow's serious race, will be looking at that data and just seeing how they're shaping up against their opposition.
There's the committee boat. Hugh Lester, the PRO, just settling things down and getting ready. The number 3 course, that's the southeasterly course. Fairly long course up to, from Taylor's Bay we go to the Laidmark in Rose Bay. That's the first leg. And 5 minutes to go to get this carnival underway, the invitation race for the 2026 JJ Giltinan Championships.
Looks like Hugh's upgraded his flag officer.
Yeah. Well, come on, Dolly.
Sorry, I was distracted. But yeah, looks like, I think that with 5 to go, when the start comes through, I think we might have a nice little bit of breeze to get away on. It's going to be good, but it is right.
There's a couple of boats, oh dear, that'll make it, but just Shore and Partners, Australia, Keegan, York,
he'll be here,
but he's never early, old Kegs.
Late for dinner.
Yeah, there's
the boat with the circle on it is
the Berlin
Bears.
Berlin Bears. And
it's in there on screen.
They are representing Germany, I would think.
Germany boat with the
Berlin Bears,
imagine.
yes.
Not Antarctica ship.
No, it's a geography lesson as well. And another boat that I think could do well, he's been there or thereabouts this year, is Tom Koenig in the Lazarus. He's a good little sailor, Tom, and he's always seems to start well. He started too well the other day when he broke the start.
Well, apparently Baz has been tuning that boat up this week as well.
And, the last few weeks.
Yeah, the last few weeks, and they've got they're very happy with the performance. I was speaking with them earlier on, and they reckon feels like a completely different boat for the better. So wait and see what comes of them.
For those who don't know, Baz is Robert Atkins, a well-known skiff identity, sailmaker around the traps with Flying 11 Fleet 16s and 18-footers, and he's the guy who's been doing some coaching with our German friends and Lazarus, and he's out here again today. Doesn't take any prisoners, our Baz, but my daughter's still scared when she sees him. She runs 100 miles from when he used to give her a bit of advice in the Flying 11.
We all did.
We still do. I still do.
My kids were no different in the early years, but they learnt to love it.
That's right, yeah. They all did, and he lifted their performance. But anyway, we're not talking Flying 11s, we're talking 18-footers, invitation race for the 2026 championships. That's the view of the starting area, Bradley's Head, that famous headland that juts out into the harbour. That's the committee vessel. What's the start line look like?
Yeah, it looks like a good line.
Yeah,
pretty even.
He's pretty good at that, our friend Hugh Lester.
At the moment, with this breeze a little bit more in the right, it's probably boat favoured right now.
Gee, it's a hot day, isn't it? It's nice to have that cooling breeze coming into our camera cat. Boy, it's hot.
Yeah, you've got the window seat, mate.
Well, I pay high money to get it. And what did we get a tide, Jimmy? What's the tide? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Going out.
It's a 1.2 metre drop in the tide, down to a 0.3 at 7 minutes past 5.
Okay,
evening.
so ebb the whole race.
Yes.
Righto. So we've seen a boat with Finport on the sail. That is Bar Karate from the United Kingdom, if you see that. So there's a few different sail insignias.
Yep. Sailing friends, if you're not familiar with the Bar Karate sailing podcast, you'll have to tune in and have a listen. It's always entertaining.
Okay, we're just coming up to a minute to go for the invitation race. There's one boat still with Spinnaker up. There's a minute to go. And that is our friends on, is that Bar Karate? But anyway,
It is.
focusing on the starting line. There's one boat right down the pin, which is Smeg Ash Rooklyn. The
And
remainder of the fleet, and sixth are down there, Jacob Marks. The remainder of the fleet are at the committee boat. There's one boat floundering around.
I think that's Bigfoot. Right up
upwind.
course.
He's got a problem. Is
No,
it?
it's not actually.
No, I think that's Akarana Eatery.
Akarana
I don't know.
Eatery.
Well, they've
You've worked
missed-
on that, have you, Dol?
They're
Yeah,
gonna
but
miss the start.
practicing my Akaranas.
They're about 300 metres upwind, so they're going to miss the start with 20 seconds to go. Gotcha for Life's been squeezed out already at the weather end. The Germans handily placed at the weather end.
Well,
Down the leeward ends.
They're gonna have to
Germans
bail.
aren't going to fit.
Germans are on a bailout. Six are going to try and pour tacket down there. Rag and Famish early. Oh, we're looking at General, are we? Rag and Famish well over, away. Oh, few boats squeezed out.
Oh,
Few hooters.
he's gone individual.
Individual. Boy, oh boy.
There was a lot of boats
Yeah.
over from where I was
Oh,
sitting.
well, good on you, Hugh. He's
Definitely,
on the case.
definitely the Rag and Famish.
Big time over. Lazarus, good start. Shore and Partners, Australia, a very good start from Keegan. You'll see him put his bow around Lazarus. Few boats. There's no one going back yet, is there? I see Smeg. No, Smeg's taking a few sterns. Someone going back.
Invitation race. I don't think they'll
no
bother.
one's going back.
No one's going back.
They're just going for it. So a few won't be in play, but we'll just keep going and assume everyone's in the race, because invitation race is just a case of testing your speed. So we're away. The invitation race for the 2026 series off to Rose Bay. Split already in the fleet. And Akarana has missed the start by plenty.
Henry Larkins in Balmain got away reasonably well, and he's hunting out to that right-hand side early with Smeg, Vi Kobe and Emma Rankin in Club Marine.
So it was sixth, and Fisher Paykel down at the pin end, going into the left hard. And that's Ballard Properties there with the blue vertical on the mainsail, just tacking.
And they will be praying for a header, and I don't know that they're going to get it, but stranger things have happened.
So boats hard left, led by 6 and the Killer Coffee, and Fisher Paykel are going in towards Steel Point, Nielsen Park area. Andu's there as well. Andu sailing for America, don't forget. It's quite light here now. There's a few little puffs coming down from Rose Bay. Nothing extreme. Really, definitely a big sail breeze here. So there's the other end of the fleet that have got off on port. So you'd think a lot of them will be going for the right-hand side of the island. There's a group of about 6 or 8 are going left-hand side, I'd say. Yeah, working up the middle is Rag and Famish.
Just to the left of shot, there they are now, Shaw and Partners. They're probably the best positioned boat at the moment, but they're going to meet up shortly, and it looks like those boats that went right early will probably cross them quite comfortably.
So we'll see in a moment. One of the boats that went left and looking pretty strong is Shaw and Partners New Zealand, showing some good speed. We'll come back to him, but there's Shaw and Partners Australia. Keegan York and Ben Crawford are here on the Rag and Famish. Yandu's in the middle. And Shaw and Partners look strong at the moment. And then, okay, there's 6. She got the pin, now going back, looking for that lift on port tack. She's right in on Steel Point.
Breeze is currently in the right, though, which isn't going to work
There's
for them.
The dark sail, light sail is Shaw and Partners New Zealand. Below them, Brisbane 18-footers. So this is interesting. You can see the split in the fleet. Now there's Shaw and Partners looking strong going into the left.
We've had our first capsize of the JJs, and that award
got,
goes
Jimmy?
to the Berlin Bears.
The Berlin Bears from Germany. Well, they're getting a taste of Sydney Harbour in more ways than one. So the group that have gone into the right, Balmain, as you said earlier, has gone the first to get hard into the right, and a significant now group in the left. And this is the left, the right-hand group, Shaw and Partners and Rag and Famish and Lazarus. And then Yandu just down to leeward of Lazarus. And then way in the distance, Balmain. And they're starting to lift a little here, which is not a good sign.
They don't want to lift,
no. They want the little header to go back into the weather mark. And a huge split. And of the group that went left, we'll see them in a moment. There's Shaw Partners New Zealand
looking good over on that left side.
But the other boat that we can't see coming will intersect with him is Vaikobi. There's Kirk Mitchell. Done a fine job working up the left-hand side. 6th there also, but bouncing off the shore is our friends from New Zealand.
And wait for it, your friend just about to come into shot, Shipper.
Oh, no, don't talk to me. There it is. Is that the Captain Cook?
Yep.
Oh, that bloke's on the podium for kumquat medals this year. But anyway, there he goes, ploughing through the fleet. That's the go.
The right-hand fleet are now coming back, and they're coming back strong.
Yeah, there's a real contingent coming back out of the right, and Balmain leads that group. But look at them all here, lined up. Smeg's there, Yandu, Lazarus, Shaw and Partners. They're all there, charging in from the right. And it's going to be, the mark is in the right a little. We can see it from the camera cat.
They have moved it left a little bit from where we saw it earlier.
I'm liking the right at the moment. It's a bit early to tell. But there's the left group. That's Shaw and Partners New Zealand. This is interesting. I think this right-hand group are closer to the mark. But who knows? They've got good pressure between Shark Island and Point Piper. Smeg on the charge. Ash Rooklyn with Josh Perepsky and the crew with Niall Morrow. They look strong. Balmain up to windward as well. The race is on here. Out of the right, Club Marine, Emma Rankin doing a fine job also.
Yeah, Ash Rooklyn in the Smeg, he's really...
He's percolating.
Yep, he's percolating all right, yeah. But Henry Larkin's out on his hip. They've just hooked into some pressure as well.
We're just seeing to start to see the left-hand group come out. Oh, okay, this is what Eli Leafting would be looking at. Gee, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Here he comes. That's him with the clear white sails, and behind him is 6 still going. So the Shore and Partners New Zealand will lead this group from the left, but the group in the right are going to have dominance, I think. Not much, but I think Smeg will probably close to the lead along with Balmain. That's a great shot here of the two groups coming back.
Yeah, right-hand group's just starting to head a bit now, which is helping Eli. Yeah. He's up on port, they're down on starboard. It's right in the mix.
It's a close intersection, and also the Bigfoot from Queensland. So Smeg will cross, Bigfoot will cross, but then Shore and Partners will cross the rest, and Balmain right up here to windward. He could lead. It's between Smeg and Balmain, I think. Shore and Partners New Zealand taking a couple of sterns.
Yeah, I think Henry Larkins in Balmain is just going to sneak attack in right on this mark and lead.
We expected him to be prominent. Along with Lockie Pryor and Tom Grimes, they will lead. The first mark at the invitation race. Balmain leads. Smart sailing by Fisher, Shore and Partners New Zealand come in on starboard, but Balmain around just on the outside of him is Smeg. Game on here. Shore and Partners tacking underneath the Bigfoot from Queensland. So it's Balmain, Smeg, Bigfoot from Queensland, Shore and Partners New Zealand, Shore and Partners Australia, Yandu Australia, then Lazarus. There's a charge of the Light Brigade now coming into this weather mark. Next around after Lazarus will be Emma Rankin in Club Marine, then Kirk Mitchell in Vycobi. And inside them is, who we got there?
GC Sales.
GC Sales, and round the outside is
Brisbane 18.
Brisbane 18s, then 6th.
Josh Sloman.
Then the Germans. So it was pretty even there, Dol, wasn't it? Just maybe favoured the right-hand fleet just marginally. So no bets on that. I think we're pretty even. So we're away now. We've got a long run down to Robertson Point. Port rounding at a laid mark. Plenty of action here as the kitchen maker goes round just behind Killer Coffee. Then ASCC. Then Fisher Paykel. Royal Oak. And who haven't we seen? Okay, here comes Gotcha for Life. They're around off camera. That's the group running down towards Robertson Point. Oh, Rag and Famish lost out there.
They did, didn't they? They were up in the mix.
They were prominent.
Something went pear-shaped there.
They got a bit lost off Shark Island. They sort of
They went halfway and went back.
Well, they looked like they were going to go from the right side to the left side and then came back to the right.
So Ballard Properties around, and then behind them Andu. Then the
18-footers just coming up from a capsized ship.
Yeah, and then Badman, the Vikings, they're around. So they're all on their way round except the 18-footer bar and restaurant. They had a bit of drama during the week. Got some drama now. Their mast fell off the trailer and damaged their lower spreaders on both rigs. But here's the fleet. We're underway to Robertson Point. What a sight. Spinnaker's up. Just looking for pressure. Then some boats have got pressure, some have got bow up. The Balmain leads. Shore and Partners New Zealand second. I think a bit of adrenaline will be pumping now, Dol. I don't think they'll give much away here. They won't want to relax. The game is on.
It's only the second leg of the course.
Yeah, I know.
But gee, it's close.
It is. Well, that's what we expected, and that's what we hoped.
Very compressed.
Look at that. Look at that. That's a great shot. And all yachts running away now on port jibe. Some got the bow down, some haven't. Smeg's done a good job.
Yeah, Smeg and Balmain have managed to just pick up a vein of pressure that's given them depth and speed. That's just stepped them out from the chasing pack. So probably a 75 to 100 metres between them and Shaw and Partners, and Yandu leading the chasing group, along with Shaw and Partners, New Zealand.
You
and
can see
Kobe.
the orange shooter belt. There's the 2 leaders. Smeg and Balmain have got the bow down and jumped away a little bit. I don't think they'd be like. Can we see the Lewin mark anywhere? Or they
right off the lighthouse about position at Robertson Point,
Right, so
just behind
they-
a cruiser that's doing a
they're
U-turn
probably
to
not
run
laying
away.
it. They're not laying, I don't think. They're all above it.
No, and it looks like it's going to get softer as they get down here, so they'll go bow up. They'll have a few
They're the
jobs.
2. Good day for the Shaw and Partners sponsorship. Look at that.
I just had a message from Sue Ellen Hurling from Liv Saldoa saying, very good for the Shaw and Partners. They're getting plenty of airtime, so...
Well, they're the 2 leaders, Smeg and Balmain.
Yep, Earl Evans will be happy. Yeah, you can see the gap there just then. You can see, there you are. So
Well,
there's the gap. Balmain just starting to get a little roll over Smeg now.
They got the jump when they got a puff around that windward mark, and they enabled them to get deep and under the fleet, and you can see the result. Now Yandu and the 2 Shaw and Partners are starting to poke out from the following group, and they're all above this mark, so there'll be at least 2 jibes in it. Some boats are super high. Back in the pack, 6th already jibed to go in towards Bradley's, but it's Ash Rooklyn that leads down this run.
Yeah, doing very well, and shows that having Josh Probeski on board is probably
Not that much breeze, only about 8 to 10 knots here. It's got softer as we got down towards this turning mark. And there's a ferry going to come across the fleet. Hopefully he'll go below the Lewin mark.
hopefully he'll go under the mark.
Yeah, it doesn't look like at the moment, but anyway, that's the group. There's Smeg and Balmain.
There's the jibe from Smeg and Balmain. Balmain picked up a nice gust on the jibe.
They're a nice header to get down on. Balmain close to the lead. Once there's a ferry.
Oh, Jimmy's just going to cut him off and send him on his way.
Yeah, well done. We've pushed the...
I'm just wondering if it's Captain Jammer.
No, he's off work.
So we're doing a sheepdog here on the ferry. Well done. That's the camera cat off the stern of the ferry there. He's shepherding him away. Anyway, concentrating. No, Smeg's now got that puff that Balmain had. So Smeg will lead. We're about 40 metres from the turning mark here. So it'll be a jibe drop, I would think, on Smeg. Where Balmain have jibed, they're a bit shorter, they're a bit further to go. Smeg jibing now and dropping. Balmain still running in. Not much breeze here, it's lifted way off. And they've got a real jump, these 2.
Yeah, good gap. I'll get a time for you.
Okay, so Smeg will lead after 2 legs of the invitation race of the 2026 titles. Smeg around, Balmain next to go, Henry Larkins chasing Ash Rooklyn. And it's light here, there's a lot of skiffs coming down which are disturbing the wind also. And third, well, here we go, it's Shaw and Partners New Zealand. Or no, it's Shaw and Partners Australia, isn't it?
Keegan, you're
Yes, he has. He's jumped out to third. Old Kegs. Very jibing now.
So they discovered during the week that they had a problem with their big rig, and they've got that sorted out. It would appear that they've found some form again, which is great to see.
Okay, well, just going behind them is Yandu, one of the highly fancied contestants for the title. And then coming in on starboard, out of the right will be Shaw and Partners New Zealand and GC Sales. They've improved, GC Sales. So Yandu next. And that's Shaw and Partners just jibing behind him. Then Vycobi barrelling in with the big V on the spinnaker. Bit of pressure for these crews here, especially Yandu.
50 seconds we had between second and third.
Okay, Yandu around in 4th spot. Bit more breeze coming down as the fleet clear a bit of away from the wind shadow. Now Shaw and Partners next.
good gain for GC Sales.
Yes.
On that leg.
Then by Kobe. There's GC Sales around, the Cunningham boys with Joel Turner. Then by Kobe. He's around. Sixth inside him. Fisher Paykel, oh, here's a bit of a go here. Fisher Paykel and Lazarus. Where's Tom
tight.
Koenig to go? Okay, Brett Van Munster's round in the Fisher Paykel. And they're around. And then the Germans around in the Black Knight. Back a little. Oh, here's a bit of prawning.
Brando's got his work cut out for him on the Club Marine.
Yeah, he got the job done, Brandon. Just. Oh, there's a tangle up here. Killer Coffee, ASCC. Kitchen Maker dives inside them. Gotcha for life, Kitchen Maker.
Brisbane 18-footers around the outside.
Yeah, they dropped back a bit. They were prominent early. Oh, then Andu from Andu USA. Then Rag and Famish next, followed by the Bigfoot, Killer Coffee, Ballard Properties, Royal Oak, and then the Bandarven, the Vikings from Denmark. So who are we missing, Jimmy? We're missing the 18-footer bar and restaurant.
18-footer bar and restaurant. I think with the old Yandu Spinnaker, I think that might be Bar Karate. And then the only other one, I think, is the Berlin Bears.
Berlin Bears. Okay, so the majority of the fleet around and on their way upwind. The second time they go to Clark Island.
Big problem back at the bottom, Mark.
Oh, there's going to be even bigger problems. Even bigger problems here. That's our Danish friends. Not quite sure what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the Spinnaker around to windward and drop, but
the old letterbox drop.
Yeah, well, it's through the boom. Letterbox, post office, whatever you want here. They've got a bit on. Still not around the mark. There's the mark. Okay, I think they've got it down and they're underway. So we're off now to Clark Island in light conditions. Dole, it's here. It's quite light and shifty and
very patchy.
Bit of choppy water.
Gee, those 2 leaders have really stepped out. Yeah, I've just got information that Rag and Famish was the only OCS boat. So they're out for this one. There's the there's the numbers.
Gap of over 200 metres back to the third boat, and that's what we're seeing here. Actually, on the water, the 2 leaders approaching Clark Island. The breeze is now the fleet spread out a bit. There's a bit more breeze here for everyone.
And Smeg has pulled out on Balmain. So good sailing from those boys. There's the Yandu and Sixth.
So we go to the weather mark up here at Clark Island, and a big run back to Chowder Bay or Clifton Gardens. Always a tight angle. There's the Bigfoot. So the fleet will condense once we get up to this weather mark. They're quite spread up on this rather short beat from Robertson Point up to Clark Island, but it's Smeg and Balmain leading the way. And it looks as though, I think Balmain...
a bit of a match race going on. Smeg's just dumped one on Balmain. Maybe Ash Brooklyn wants that rigging spot.
Beautiful Point Piper in the background, but the weather mark's about 80 metres upwind of these 2 leaders. Smeg up above Balmain. Both boats have done a terrific job at opening away from Shore and Partners Australia, who are in 3rd spot. Now it always gets tricky at this mark here. It's shifts coming out of Double Bay, shifts coming around Point Piper. So Smeg's going to take him to a lay line here.
He will, and as we often see with this mark, light and patchy where the mark's positioned. Lately we have seen them step it out a bit further, but today we have got it a fair way up towards the Point Piper shore.
And a nice little puff rolling down to tack in, I would think. They're pretty close to a ley line here. Ash Rooklyn holding all the aces at the moment. Can't be far off attack.
They'd be overlaid from
You'd
there.
think so, wouldn't you? Okay, tacks. Henry Larkin's just got to extend a little bit. Yeah, they're way over at the moment. Way over. Okay, Balmain tacking. Oh, not the greatest of tacks from this polished crew.
Dropped the main, unfortunately.
Come on, Grimesy. You can do better than that. Okay, so nice little gap now to Smeg. It'll be about 10 seconds. And a nice little puff coming back down to these two leaders. So Smeg will lead on the run back to Chowder Bay. And they're going to round in a nice little bit of pressure.
Yeah, in this breeze they shouldn't have too much trouble on the spinnaker leg down to Chowder this time. They might just have to squeeze at the point a little, but we'll see how it pans out.
Yep. They're about 40 metres from the turning mark.
So good little exchange there from Ash Rooklyn. He managed to tack on the edge of that gust, and that was compounded by not such a good tack by Balmain.
Okay, so Smeg round. Dole's got the clock going. And they're straight into a spinnaker. Straight into it. It's always a tight run down here to Chowder. At the moment, it starts tight. Doesn't always end up tight, but we're just watching Henry Larkins take Balmain around. And what do we got, Dole? About 17 seconds
between those two.
Yeah, so that's tight. And then it's going to be a fair gap then to Shaw and Partners Australia, Keegan York, Tom Anderson and Max Paul. Okay, Smeg are up and set, very smart set on the Smeg team. Balmain are up and going, but just putting the bow up a little. Okay, here we go on the Shaw and Partners in a good gust. Jib eased, everything's good. Straight into it, I would think, also.
Yeah, so about the same margin between them to Shaw and Partners as we had at the bottom. So no loss to Keegan York there, but no gain either.
So then the fourth spot looks as though it could be Yandu. There he is coming in on port tack. There's no one going to threaten him for starboard rights, but there's a group coming in, but he'll clear those. So Herman winning, and Fang Warren and Louis Brake will be fourth. They're attacking a round. And then after them, we're going to have Vycobi, I think. Kirk Mitchell. Okay, Yandu fourth. And they're chasing that pack of Smeg, Balmain and Shaw and Partners. It's getting tight, that run, looking way in the distance. But
yeah,
Yandu,
they just got a puff and they went bow down hard, but it looks like Smeg's managing to get the bow back up again now.
Yep, so Yandu around a good set. His top four are all good sets. Oh, Vycobi was short. They've had to go back. Oh, that's costly.
Double tax, always expensive.
Yeah, and
same. It'll be the same for Shaw and Partners New Zealand too. Shippo, they're underlaid.
Yes, it is tricky, this mark. You can either be heroes or villains here. So Kirk Mitchell around in fifth spot. Oh, some of that leading group have really got some puffs out. So they get out in the harbour proper. Vycobi, then sixth. Then the GC Sails. And then the Germans, the Black Knight, and then Shaw and Partners New Zealand. They got a little bit lost up there. They're a lot closer.
That was a big game to the Black Knight, that short beat. They picked up quite a few boats on that, short beat.
And they're starting to spread out now, the fleet. And looking ahead, no one is laying Chowder ahead. They're all jammed down in Taylor's Bay. They'll have to drop and main and jib up to the mark, I would think. That's the windward mark when we chase them downhill. Smeg trying to get the bow up in the distance. There he is, the white chute. Really working hard to get the bow up. It's hard work. But a very good crew with Ash Rooklin and Niall Morrow and Josh Berepsky. Now Balmain go bow up. There's the telemetry on the leaders. Yeah, they're struggling now to get up, and I think they're doing it just. It's tight.
Oh, just as you said it, they got another puff, Shippo.
Boy, oh boy, that's tight. I think, I don't know what I think. It's touch and go.
I think they'll get over, but they've got their work cut out for them. A bit hard to tell from where we are.
And here's Yandu, fourth spot, in a nice angle at the moment. Louis Brake working overtime on the Spinnaker. Crew well aft. This is the defending JJ champion with Tom Needham steering, with Herman winning back on the helm. But they're chasing these two, and Shaw and Partners Australia. But Smeg doing it now. They're getting the bow up and around the point.
Shaw and Partners Australia, Keegan York, they're sailing well. They're looking very good, very comfortable and fast. And it looks to me like Yandu making gains as well. But there's Ash Rooklin in Smeg. You'll get across the point here. They should have a good line through to this rounding mark.
That's a great overhead. You can see the line-up very clear. That's what they're on. That's what Shaw and Partners looking at. Yeah, I think they're going to do it. And then we go from this mark, we go back to Rose Bay, then back to Taylor's Bay. So it's a bit of a windward lure this next two legs, but Smeg leads very impressively.
Smeg just gone a little bit soft now, which is just at the right time because they're pointing right at this mark.
Chowder Head in the background, this mark, down off Clifton Gardens or Chowder Bay, as we know it. So that's one on the left, two on the right. Balmain with the orange Spinnaker. They've got high and it's got quite light. So Smeg into the drop.
Oh, risky drop they did there. Fire everything at once.
Let the halyard go very quickly.
Yeah.
Balmain now a little above the mark. They need a breeze to get down. And Shaw and Partners coming in a nice angle. It's the Clifton Gardens beach in the background. There's Smeg around. So the margin roughly the same, I think, Dole, isn't it?
Yeah, between Smeg and Balmain.
So it's back to Rose Bay.
And I'm expecting a gain to Shaw and Partners and Yandu.
Okay, Balmain around. Gear on, and that's a long beat. So I would think it would be, because this mark is a long way down, further north, I think they'll go left-hand side of the island, I would think, but who knows?
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think it'll be a long starboard into Nielsen and then bounce off Nielsen to on port. But anyway, let's see what happens here. Here comes Keegan York. Tom Anderson in the bow.
Yeah, about a 10-second gain by Shaw and Partners and Yandu. So close that gap just by a smidge.
Nice crew work from Tom Anderson and Max Paul. Yandu next in fourth spot.
And as always, great crew work from Fang and Louis.
It was all roughly about the same margin there. No one really gained much. No one lost much. Yandu around in fourth spot. And what do we got? We've got about 10 to 11 knots, perhaps, maybe a bit less looking upwind, I think.
It does look like it's filled in a little bit, though, so not so patchy right now. Looks like we've got a fairly even breeze. Looks like maybe a bit of a build as we get up towards Shark Island there, Shippo. A little bit more breeze up in Rose Bay.
Then fifth will be GC Sails, then Vycobi, then sixth, then the Black Knight, then Shaw and Partners New Zealand, Lazarus. Okay, there's GC Sails. They'll be next around.
And once again, you know, the fleet not that spread out.
No, it's
a real procession, isn't it?
It's a good big sail day. Invitation race for the JJs.
Ash Rooklin has chosen to split away from Balmain, and
Interesting.
looks like Balmain is tacked and they're a little bit down pressure. So
Yes, maybe.
there's the Bigfoot coming in,
Okay,
and there's Smeg now.
and there's Balmain. Yeah, they look a bit light there, the Balmain boys. Probably got a little bit on heading too.
Yeah, when they tacked, they weren't in good air.
Smeg coming round their bow at the moment in good pressure, so maybe
He's coming towards where we are sitting, Shippo, and it looks like we've got a bit of pressure here to me, doesn't it?
the right-hand side of the Shark Island is an option, but no, Smeg's going back, just so we say that.
I don't think it is.
No, I think they've got to go in, protect the left here. A bit of cloud, still high cloud coming out of the Rose Bay area, the Windward area. Oh, Smeg's opened up a nice little jump there.
Yeah, you can see just in our picture there, you can see Balmain is very light, just chopping wood there. So good game to Smeg.
And Yandu tucked pretty quickly once he went round that mark to go out on port. He's coming back on starboard now, but all eyes are on Smeg.
Yeah, Yandu, regardless of who is steering it, always seems to do an early tack out of there. But they would have had a little bit more tide relief for longer. There's our leaderboard on the screen.
So Yandu showing us third spot. They look as though they could cross Shore and Partners. And it's a very clear runway up to windward here. There's no spectator boats or cruising boats. Quite flat water. And the breeze about 8 to 9 knots, maybe 10 in the spiky bits.
Yeah, breeze has ticked back to the left a little more now, Shippo, so we're probably looking at more southeast rather than south-southeast that we had when we came off the start earlier.
Here's a Cup Court Award. A beauty coming up. Oh, Smeg's seen it. Oh, dear.
Oh, but he's got a tack in. He's going to ride that wake all the way over to Shark Island.
Yeah. Don't go behind them, mate. Just go in front of them. That's the go. Another...
And probably flick the trim tabs up so you can make the wash a bit bigger.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, that's the Kumquat of the Day award, whereas the Captain Cook wins it of the Year award. But Smeg now just getting into that bumpy water is still in front. And Yandu and Shore and Partners vying for third at the moment. And where's Balmain? He's gone
right
out
back
in the middle.
behind us, mate.
He's right out in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's a bit more breeze coming out. It's up and down, this pressure. It's good 10 or 11 knots now in Rose Bay.
Yeah, there's a nice bit of pressure coming to. It'll be on the fleet in a couple of minutes.
Smeg's going to get it first. That's the good news for Smeg. And there's Shore and Partners vying out for third with Yandu, who are going in towards Steel Point. A big split between those two. And there's Smeg across Balmain. Yeah, they've opened up a little here. They've sailed been quite smart up this beat.
And I'll tell you what, Shippo, you can bank that kumquat, but Smeg is going to tack in a little bit, and he is going to get on that wash and ride it all the way up.
Surf his way up to windward.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take that award away from him. Eh? Is that what you're saying, Dol?
Or maybe he's a maid of ashes.
Anyway, we'll reverse the award. So this is Balmain now on port, and Shore and Partners... Sorry, Balmain
on starboard.
On starboard, and Shore and Partners going away on port. Now, where's Keegan going? Is he going to roll the dice and go up the other side of the island?
He got a pretty reasonable spot in the rigging park, Shippo, so he might be heading home.
Well, if you remember, he led the invitation race last year and didn't cross the finishing line.
That's right.
And at the prize giving, they decided that poor old Kegs, they'd make a presentation of $1,000 to the winner of the invitation. I think it was Lazarus that won it.
Well, that'd be ashtray money to Keegan, $1,000.
Keegan doesn't need $1,000.
I'll stay out of that. Anyway, there's Smeg up in the middle of Rose Bay. There's Yandu.
More gain to Yandu on,
Yeah.
I think, Shippo.
Yeah, they're still... Well, I don't know where Shaw and Partners is going.
Oh, I think he's going to Double Bay, mate. Yeah. But I've got a good gain. It'd be interesting to see what the times are at the top mark. Good gain to Yandu. He's really closed in some distance on this lead 2 boats.
There's more pressure rolling down towards Yandu, which Smeg is in already, well up to windward. But Balmain is just bouncing off the steel point shore. And they're going to come into good pressure too. You can see Yandu crew working hard now, fully wigged up in pressure.
Yeah, I think Balmain's just out of phase on the wrong side of the shift, though, unfortunately. Smeg up on starboard, Balmain down on port. They're just starting to get into some breeze and get a bit of height now.
Yeah, that's Balmain in the background. Oh, it's a nice gap now that Smeg have got. They've opened up nicely and sailed this leg quite brilliantly. Kept in good pressure.
Probably not too far off attack.
No.
If there is a line up to windward of him, he'll probably go a little bit further and try and get to that pressure. Balmain, you can see there with Yandu still extending out towards Shark Island.
Well, Shaw and Partners Australia are either going home or rolling the dice and going to the right-hand side of the island. We'll soon see as Smeg's tacking down off the Vaucluse shore.
And they won't be too far off a ley line there, fairly. Just one little lift and they will make that ley line, but better to underdo it by a touch than overdo it.
Well, there's 1, 2 and 3.
There they are lined up.
Look at that. Yandu's just tacked. If you're wondering where Shaw and Partners have gone, they've gone up the other side of the island. Are they going home or are they continuing racing? We'll soon see. But of this group, Smeg a clear leader. Nicely in touch. There's Balmain and Yandu, but at the moment, it's all Smeg.
All 3 boats pretty much sailing their own race. No one's really engaging. Balmain and Smeg engaged each other early, but now we're just seeing them all split different tacks. Balmain had the opportunity there to tack on Yandu and chose not to.
So it's a starboard rounding and then we go back to Taylor's Bay. So we'd think a VMG run.
The problem they're going to have down in Taylor's Bay, Pete, is the YA mark, or the Yachting Australia mark, for the people not from Sydney. It's half sunk, so there's only best part of like 1.5 foot out of the water at the moment.
Keep your eyes out.
Yeah. And trying to find that against the dark background down there is not going to be easy for them.
Just trying to... So Shaw and Partners are still racing. They've tacked now. They've gone up the other side of the island, so... It was a big roll of the dice from Keegan York.
That's a massive roll of the dice.
I don't think it had been a successful gamble there at the moment. There's the YA boy at Shark, but they're not going to that. It's a laid mark. Balmain a bit soft there.
That's one of the strangest tactical decisions I've seen in some time.
But it is Keegan.
There they are.
He is on screen.
They're coming back.
It's a long way from out there to come back.
Well, the Smeg are now at the top of screen on a ley line for this mark. They've just eased sheets a little. Jibs eased. Balmain still got a bit of work to do to get up here. The breeze has gone into the left big time. Look at Yandu coming up with a high left. Where's Balmain? Okay, the clocks are running.
Smeg on approach. Here we go.
Okay, Balmain coming in from port. Okay, Smeg leads. Back to Taylor's Bay. I think you'll leave the... what's he doing? Jibing?
Yeah, jibe set.
Jibe set. now in the background, Shaw and Partner's starting to lift a little, but Yandu's got in front of him, but there's Yandu coming in.
Behind Balmain.
Balmain just tacking now. They're clearly second. So Smeg have opened up a little. Balmain's held his position. And Shaw and Partners didn't lose that much, actually, when you started to look at, okay, Balmain around and straight into a jibe, I would think.
Just noticed Lockie Pryor sporting a new hat with a bit of a neck protection on it.
No, they're going the other...
Other than when he used to have the nice long flowing hair that used to protect the back of his neck.
Okay, so Balmain are not... They're straight into a set, not a jibe.
They did lose a bit of time, so they were 40 seconds down.
Okay, so Yandu will be have jumped in front of Shaw and Partners, but not a huge loss to Shaw and Partners. As Balmain, as Yandu tacking, they are now third.
They're a minute 20 off the pace.
Okay, and what are they doing? They're into a set as well. Yep. Fang and Louis into it, the work. Herman's still on the wire. Okay, Shaw and Partners tack. Keegan will throw something at this, I would think.
So, yeah, basically Smeg put 30 seconds plus on all the trailing boats then.
Well, you control the race once you're in front, that's for sure. So fifth will be, looks like Vycobi, Kirk Mitchell. He's well clear of the sixth place boat. Breeze has gone left in the bay here, that's what's happened, Dog.
Yep.
Boats out in the left have lifted high, almost round, lifting to the mark on a lay line. Sixth got a bit punished by being into the right.
GC Sales.
He'll be after Vycobi. Then sixth, then the Black Knight, then Lazarus, Shaw and Partners New Zealand. Yeah, they're back a little. Early days. Invitation race, first heat tomorrow. Sky here clouding over a bit. The breeze still in the southeast at about 8 to 10 knots, maybe 11 at times.
Nice little puff the Vycobi's picked up there.
So they
jibe out of the top mark.
Jibe set. So a big split. Smeg went jibe set, went into the right, looking downwind. Balmain, bear away set. Now this will be interesting, this next intersection.
Smeg looking a little bit soft now on port jibe, but probably close to a lay to this bottom mark.
Balmain, Yandu and Shaw and Partners Australia barrelling in from the left. There they are. That's Balmain with the orange spinnaker.
Looks to be a bit more pressure out on that side of the course.
There does. When Smeg jibed, they were soft. They've now picked up a bit of pressure. But I think Smeg still leads. They've got a very good lead at the weather mark. Now they're getting bow down.
He's got my favourite bat setup going. Someone should look up.
So we go from Taylor's Bay back to Rose Bay. Ooh, this is going to be a lot closer than it was at the weather mark, I think. Yandu will close right up on Balmain also. Look at this, here we go.
If Jono just pans out a touch there, you'll be able to see the top of the Smeg. There you go. See the top of the Smeg rig there is inside out and has been for about 400 metres, and that costs you speed.
Okay, and Smeg is across.
See Balmain closing in quickly.
They're jibing Balmain. And Yandu are the ones that closed this game up. So we're about 150, 200 metres from the leeward mark. Smeg in really good pressure. Now they're starting to wick up.
Yeah, they're in a good puff now.
He's probably a little low on the mark, which won't hurt him. You can get low and then come up, drop, jibe and get back on the wind to Rose Bay. So that's 1, 2 and 3. And Shaw and Partners, where have they got to? There's some here. They come
just off the rear of the Smeg.
Early drop on the Smeg. Real early drop.
Starboard rounding around the
yes,
YA marks.
Yeah, they've got to get over it. So once again, they've had that battens inside out now. Early drop. This is all working in
Balmain's
Balmain
favour
and Yandu's favour.
They're going to pick a jibe angle to come in. It's close. I think Smeg will still lead, but it's narrowed up.
Giving away a bit of distance there.
Okay, a jibe drop, I would think, on the Balmain, boys.
A bit radical on the Smeg.
Wind the wheel.
Yandu got a little bit of runway to come in with a spinnaker. So it's all closed up here. Game on.
Those YA marks are definitely a mark you don't want to hit.
Yeah.
They don't move very well.
Smeg, Balmain, it's close. What, about less than 10 seconds, I think. And then Yandu probably another 15 seconds back.
And that was a 40-second game to Balmain and Yandu.
Massive. Okay, Yandu around, nice and tidy. Shaw and Partners Australia drop right off then.
Henry Larkins can't live on the hip of
he's bailed out.
Of Smeg, and he's had to tack out. And there's Keegan York, Shaw and Partners with Max Paul and Tom Anderson. Little jibe drop here for Tom. Keegan loves to put his forward hands under pressure.
Yeah. No, it's easy work for Tom Anderson, that one.
Well, he gets it done. He always gets it done.
With a smile too, which is nice. Okay, there's Keegan around. Stick her up there, Kegs, there you go. And a big gap now to 5th, which will be still Kobe.
That was excellent work from Tom Anderson and Max. Very good jibe, drop, round up.
It's quite light here in Taylor's Bay.
Yeah, and the problem for these lead boats coming to windward is they've now got the other skiffs coming downwind, just chopping the breeze up.
It's got quite light, looking up the course as well.
And here we go, Balmain and Smeg just off screen at the moment.
Balmain leads.
New leader, there they are.
Balmain leads, Henry Larkins, Australian champion. Got his nose in front for the first time. So, Yandu still on port. He looks quite slow too. It's very light in the middle of the harbour now. There's Yandu, you can see him, not much pressure.
Yeah, and don't ride off Yandu. There's still a couple of legs of this course to go, but we'll get down and up and get to the finish, and we'll see if any of these people actually want to win the race.
Well, here's the next group coming in, led by Kobe, GC Sales, Lazarus, the Black Knight. 6th are there also. And then Shaw and Partners New Zealand have dropped back a little. It's got light again here. This breeze is quite light. A lot of cloud cover coming over out of Rose Bay. Let's see.
I think Smeg's going to jump back into the lead again.
Yeah, well, they've got the starboard tack right here, but off camera, there's the group going in now to Taylor's Bay. And just off camera, Smeg has just crossed Balmain. There we go. So I'd say these boats will go to the right of the island, looking upwind from their position. They've worked themselves into the right a little.
Quite shifty up this right-hand side. Now each time a puff comes through, it's left. The pressure goes down and it's right. So it's a matter of getting into phase here. And in that little exchange, it looks like Smeg's done the better of it.
They do. They're lifting off here with pressure. Yandu still sniffing around down to leeward, looking for the right-hander. They're just tacked, Yandu. They haven't got much wind. These three have jumped away from Shaw and Partners Australia, that's for sure. Balmain soft. Yandu, a little bit of a right-hander, but now Smeg are getting the pressure, which gets their bow up.
Yeah, the pressure is left. So essentially when you get to pressure, you want to be on port tack. When it's down pressure, you want to be on starboard.
So we go round the Rose Bay mark, and then we go back to Robertson Point, and then we go to the finish at Clark Island. So we've still got a fair bit of this course to work through. So these boats are all going to the right-hand side of the island. Yeah, it's still Yandu got a bit of work to do to get into this top one or two positions.
He's on the wrong side of this shift at the moment. So I'm pretty surprised they're persisting, but now they've just tacked off picture. So, but I was surprised he hung on for that long. There they are. He's managed to get onto this left-hand shift, which Smeg has been in. Pressure out of the left. Meanwhile, Balmain are the furthest right-hand boat, and they should go soft soon and get onto starboard tack. I would think they'll get a little bit further up course.
Yeah.
Are they heading now on Balmain?
It's quite puffy on the harbour. You can see a few puffs coming down. There's not much behind this first puff they're coming into. Oh, Balmain, big header.
Yeah,
okay,
that's what
he's
they
got
wanted.
to go. Yeah. Smeg have jumped away, but Balmain, that's Smeg, top right. Yandu, top left, and Balmain in the high diddle-diddle.
Shaw and Partnership have gone to the left side of the
kidding. He never lets you down, old Kegs, does he? He's just terrific. He's got... Where's he going? Anyway, we'll concentrate on these three.
We all know he loves his sailing, so he's just putting in the most distance for the day.
Okay, now Smeg's covering off here on Balmain. And Yandu are down to leeward of these two.
The tracker currently shows that Shaw and Partners is leading.
Wow.
And if these guys go soft and down, they've got a long starboard tack here. If they go soft and bow down, then Tegan could well prove us all wrong, but I'm not that confident.
No, I'm not. I'll take it all back if he leads.
There's the tracker, as you can see, what it's showing.
There goes the UK team of Bar Karate heading on it down to
There's a lot of Yandu spinnakers around, but so there's the leading two, high on starboard, looking as though they would be almost on a ley line to the mark.
Yeah, looking at that now, I honestly cannot see that Shaw and Partners will lead.
No, I'll actually pay money if he leads here, but who knows? Now, Yandu trying to hold a lane here, which he's doing okay at the moment.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll clear easily across the top of the island at this point in time. So that's the main thing, that they've got a lane and some reasonable there.
It's just Smeg getting bow up here.
Smeg not quite putting dirt onto them just yet. I think Herman's just got enough little bit of a lane there that he can carry through. But, yeah, they're still underlaid on this mark. So
yeah, they've still got a fair way to go.
Bit of work to do.
Yeah, they've got about 200 or 300 metres to go to this weather mark, which is just to the left of Yandu looking upwind there. Smeg leads
very
conclusively.
He's just hooked onto a nice bit of pressure there too, hasn't he, Pete? Balmain will be in it shortly. We're looking at Balmain there. They're just coming into that extra pressure now.
That'll punish Yandu a little bit down to Lewin. Okay, Balmain just starting to get the bow up in this pressure.
Both of them high starboard with pressure.
Well below a lay line, because they'll come in on it's a starboard rounding. Smeg leads, Ash Rooklyn.
And you're just about to see Shore and Partners in the background. There they are.
There he is. Smeg about to tack, I would think.
Yeah,
3,
not far off.
2, 1. Okay, Ash, let's go. Okay, there he comes. And we'll get the clocks running here for a delta, but it'll be quite conclusive here. It'll be 20 plus seconds, I think. Easy lay here. Back to Robertson Point, then to the finish.
Yeah, I think what he gave away earlier, he's gained a fair bit of that back.
Well, Balmain crossed him early in this beat, but Smeg leads. Balmain ready to tack. Come on, Henry. You should do it. Okay, he's tack. Yandu also should tack. Come on, Herman. Okay, there he goes. Smeg are set. Almost. And away.
Shout out to Henry Larkin's dad, who no doubt will be watching. He's holed up in a hotel in Doha watching missiles fly past his window. So
hope you're safe, Greg.
Stay safe, Greg.
Yep.
We hope you can make it back soon.
Well, I hope you're watching, and Henry's doing a fine job.
30 seconds back to Balmain, so a little extend for the Smeg.
Next is Yandu, about the same distance, I think. A bit of breeze coming down to them, but they get round.
Yeah, another 20 seconds from Balmain back to Yandu.
So it's a reasonably straightforward run down to Robertson Point. It's the Yandu boys into their work. They're a good set.
A little bit of a wine glass comes out straight away.
Just puffy breeze from the southeast here at the moment. Here comes Keegan. He's coming in from the left this time. He's had a good tour of the harbour today.
Corners Keegan, I think I'll call him today. Banging the corners.
Don't say that. We have Jody Shields on the message.
Copyright. Copyright strike. Yeah, so another minute back to Keegan from Yandu.
Yeah, another couple of, well, probably a minute or so back to Vycobi, who'll be your next boat. And of course, every boat pointing directly at us is still coming up wind, so we can't make out who's who at the zoo.
And pretty much the entire fleet have gone left of Shark, with the exception of, it looks like GC Sails and Sixt elected to take the right-hand side.
So after Vycobi, guys, you got Lazarus, Shore and Partners New Zealand, the Black Knight and Fisher Paykel, and Club Marine and Bigfoot on the other side of the island.
Okay, we're overhead on Shore and Partners. Australia with Keegan York, Max Paul and Tom Anderson. There's the leaders. The white spinnaker belongs to the race leader, Smeg. Then Balmain, then Yandu. We're away to Robertson Point.
So who wants to win this race? So viewers, some of you may not be aware, there's a bit of a hoodoo, an old sailing superstition, that if you win the invitation race of a championship, it means that you won't win the overall regatta. And some people hold that superstition pretty tight, and they will not finish this race. But I reckon, I'm not sure about Ash. I reckon he might take the win. We'll just have to wait and see. But
we had Troy Tyndall in his corner this morning, and Troy said Smeg are the special for this week. So
there you go. Well, having Josh Perebski on board is, yeah, certainly a win for the team. He brings a lot to the table. But right now, Smeg are bow up and Balmain are running a bit deeper. There we go. But I would expect Balmain will go a little bit soft soon and go bow up, and just as I say it, they do. Just little veins of pressure coming through here, and little ebbs and flows on the gains and losses. Probably the most consistent right now coming through is Yandu, but they've got a fair bit of distance to make up. I can't see them making a gain that big unless one of these front two, as you like to say, Shippo, stub their toe.
Yeah, well, Yandu have got probably the best pressure of all.
They're running deepest, aren't they?
Yeah.
There they are, left of screen.
All boats well above the mark, so a couple of jibes and in for sure.
They've got Louis sitting in on the wing and just VMG running. So yeah, Yandu doing a little bit faster and much better VMG. So with Louis sitting in, they're getting more depth, which is giving them better VMG.
It's Fang sitting in.
Oh, Fang sitting in, is it? Yeah. Once again, your eyesight's a lot better than mine, Jimmy. But now those numbers have evened up a bit more. So,
okay, well, Balmain's first to jibe. Smeg's still going away on port jibe. Balmain boys, a very good downwind. You remember they won the Australian title in that final Spinnaker run by gauging the angles to perfection. But here they are now, trying to just close the gap.
Throwing something at them, aren't they, Shippo? You know, they weren't going to pass them following them. And it looks to me like Balmain have jibed on better pressure, and Smeg have extended out further to the west, and I'm not sure that they've got the same pressure. It's all going to hinge on what Balmain get the jibe on here. So here we go. Balmain are jibing. We'll see the intersection shortly.
No, Smeg's still across.
Smeg have picked up a little puff just in the nick of time.
Okay, Balmain have jibed. Batten's through. And it's going to be close. Yep. They've jumped away from Yandu, so it's a race in two. But Smeg still leads. Boy, they've jumped away from the rest of the fleet,
haven't they? Yeah.
Oh, that's an early jibe on the Smeg.
Oh, and they're going to be slow.
Early jibe, Ash. It's going to be slow run into the mark. They're about 20 metres from it. Won't have much time with this Spinnaker that's coming down now. Balmain hammering in from behind.
They're going to leave a good angle. Lockie Pryor with work to do here.
Yeah, he's a good man for the job.
Yeah.
Good man.
And here they go.
Lockie working overtime. Smeg's, Lockie's under pressure here. Oh, something's jammed. Halyard's jammed.
Here it comes.
Okay.
He'll get it done. He's going to have it down before Smeg.
Smeg, yeah. Smeg's still struggling with it. Okay, Lockie Pryor's got it down on Balmain, still working on his Smeg. Couple of boat lengths in it. Yandu's still to come round. Oh, this is tight. What's going to Balmain? Can he live up there on the hip? Probably not.
If he will, if he gets his vang on.
Yeah, he's away.
There they go. They've got their gear set up.
Okay, here's Yandu. If those two have a good fight, Yandu might be able to take something out of this here, but they're a fair way back. Like so, big gap now to fourth. Shore and Partners Australia.
Yeah, Smeg still with a man in the boat.
Yeah, they're still not comfortable.
They still don't have their vang on. Well, Balmain 3 on wire. Oh, they've just had to drop one in. Bit of a lull.
There's a Manly ferry coming towards Circular Quay. I think These boats will be across the ferry, so nothing to worry about, but that's what we're looking at. Balmain, right of screen.
Smeg did well to hang on there. They had some trouble and they've managed to just hang on to their spot.
Back in the battle for fourth, Shippo, Vicobia has caught right up to Shore and Partners.
They have. And it's very light looking upwind towards the finish. There's Vicobia, Kirk Mitchell just jibing, and Shore and Partners. But the leaders, Yandu has tacked away onto starboard to break away. He's got a ferry coming towards him, but looks as though the ferry's dodging their way through the fleet, so it might be a friendly ferry driver. Oh, so Yandu have got a bit of an issue here with this ferry.
The ferry's going to leeward of them. Down, I think.
Yeah, going to leeward of them, which is
might be Phil Barnett, so you can expect him.
I think that's what it is, because the Vicobia's over here at the mark in Athol.
He's going to have a look.
You don't often see the Manly ferry going to the Taronga Zoo mark. Or to the Taronga Zoo wharf.
Phil Barnett, who we affectionately call the Cub, his son's on Vicobia, but we're on Yandu. Oh, there's been a split at the top of the fleet. Balmain have gone across on starboard and Smeg have extended on port.
Balmain bow down.
So here's a chance for Balmain to swoop. See what happens here.
Oh, they're on a massive header though.
Massive header. If they can get this next puff.
I think they're just trying to get to this pressure and tack.
Not far off attack, it's light, bumpy water.
They've had to take some pain to get there though.
Yes, just going through the ferry wash now. Got a man sitting
Maybe that wasn't Captain Cup, because the captain didn't come out and give us a little friendly wave, which he normally does.
Okay, so Balmain has tacked.
Yeah, they've got to that pressure, Shippo, and they've tacked on it.
Up in the right, haven't got much pressure.
Yeah, look at this left-hand pressure that Balmain.
There's a ferry going to intersect them here.
Oh, that's not going to help.
See them in a moment. There's the ferry. And you'll see Smeg. There's Smeg. No, Smeg. Oh, it's close. Depends where this breeze goes, but this ferry's going to hurt Balmain big time.
Yeah, Balmain did the right thing, but they weren't expecting that ferry.
But still high, Balmain.
Yeah, they've just got to get through this ferry lull. They're in it now.
Only be short.
No, Smeg still leads just.
Yeah, that lull was
hurt
just
Balmain.
enough to cost them.
Still, they're still not out of it. Here they go. Oh, it's close.
They had the right idea. They really took some pain to get over to the pressure.
Here we go. Oh, Smeg. Smeg have taken a tumble. Okay, they've tacked short. Okay, Balmain.
And
got that left-hander.
And they're on the ferry wash.
Yeah, and Smeg have got no pressure. Okay, so Balmain got a huge advantage at the moment. Smeg, I don't know whether they've got room to come back at them on starboard at the moment. They're both lifting in towards Clark Island. We're about 400 metres downwind of the finish. Yandu not in it. They're third. Can't get close enough here. It's Balmain and Smeg.
Big advantage to Balmain here because they can take Smeg all the way over to the island here and tack in their air. And
yeah, they've got the...
They won't be able to wriggle their way out of it.
That's right.
Ash's only option here is an early tack, I think. Otherwise, he's just going to be resigned to sit in Balmain's gas.
Although he's coming... He's higher than Balmain,
yeah.
He's coming around the bow a little. This is going to be interesting.
Oh, Balmain's had to go around this fishing, but had to dip down to get round this fishing boat a bit.
Giuseppe in the boat, but now Smeg have taken a tumble. It's tricky up here every time we say it, and every time it is. This finishing mark up here and this turning mark up here in Double Bay, but it's Balmain now taking a bit of a tumble down. Can Smeg get him when he tacks? That's the question. It's tense.
Well, either way, Balmain will be able to Simo tack with them and put a lee bow on them and at least squeeze them. But Ash has had very good height upwind today.
But he's now just down. Now Balmain have got the ups.
Yeah, he's going to take them all the way here.
Now Balmain is slow. Smeg quicker. Good racing this. Now Balmain are down. Here comes Smeg. He's going to cross him. He's going to call rights on him. I think. Yeah, Balmain going to tack short. Oh, they haven't got much pressure, but Smegger got the pressure first. Oh, boy, this is close.
Balmain need to accelerate and then put the squeeze on them. Smeg's going to have a lot of trouble living there.
There's not much breeze. Where's the finishing line? Are they laying? Oh,
they are laying,
They're laying. Okay, it's a squeeze mode for Balmain. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And this is only the invitation race, don't forget. Only the invitation race. Balmain's got him at the moment. Balmain has got him. He squeezed him out for only the second time in this race. Balmain leads. Probably needs to lead at this most crucial point at the finish. Yeah, Balmain's got him squirreled away here. He's lifting. So he's going to get the premier spot in the park, you'd think. Balmain.
But will they?
Oh, he's really clobbered Smeg here. Smeg sailing a very, very good race. I think he'll be very happy with this performance, Ash Rooklyn. Certainly, as will Balmain have been. Very good indeed. I think they're both now on start, but coming into the finish, they'll probably, looks as though both are going to finish, I think. Yep, why not? So Balmain takes it. One tack in a moment, he'll tack across the line. There he goes, Smeg attacked. Okay, Balmain tacking. Smeg will be lucky to lay there, but Balmain will lay. So first blood for the invitation race for the 2026 championship goes to Balmain. Henry Larkins, Lockie Pryor and Tom Grimes. Well, that was an outstanding race.
Fantastic.
And full marks to both boats. They threw everything at it. Smeg, best performance of the year for Ash Rooklyn.
He's across.
So Balmain first, Smeg second, then a big gap to third, which will be Yandu.
Yandu's next.
So, well, Balmain again in the top bracket. In this
Reigning
light
Australian
conditions.
champion, and they do like these conditions, don't they? But good tactical race from both those boats. Super impressed with Ash Rooklyn today. That was a great display he put on. They'll be really happy with that coming into this I think championship.
Yeah, if you look back at it, just that last mark round, it cost him a little. I think he jibed a little bit early and a bit untidy at the mark, but easy to be critical. But they had to withstand the pressure that Balmain were throwing at them, and Balmain just finally got the job done. So Yandu are just about to tack and lay in, and third spot, Herman winning, Louis Brake and Fang Warren. Oh, breeze has gone very light here. A lot of cloud cover coming over.
Coming in, isn't there? Yeah.
Breeze is really soft up here at the finishing area. So Yandu third, they won't be disappointed with that. They still remain one of the favourites for the title that begins tomorrow.
Yeah, they were back, Shippo, and they managed to sail through the fleet for a good result to get third. So, as we'd expect, they're going to be a front runner.
Gee, the fleet have spread out, haven't they? I mean, we've got, next will be Shaw and Partners and or Vicovie, probably Keegan York in Shaw and Partners Australia. But it's very light up here at the finishing area at Double Bay. And
yeah, certainly very patchy. Fortunately, this worst of the clouds sort of coming over just to the north of Rose Bay and missing us. So the breeze is hanging in right now.
Okay, so Shaw and Partners had a good tour of the harbour today. He's been hard left and hard right.
Took in all the sites.
Yep.
Yep.
What did Foot send me earlier?
The Foot being Keegan's father. What did he say?
Said, good old Keegan just getting his sea miles up. I guess you'll probably be the oldest sailor out there on the course.
Okay, so
It will be interesting to go back and look at the tracker actually and see his distance sailed.
four nautical miles extra.
Okay, Vycobi is 5th. They've been were there. They got up to 4th at one stage.
I'm seeing ASC heading home.
Yeah,
they
they're
didn't
going
finish.
home,
And I
ASCC.
think I've seen Shore and Partners New Zealand heading home.
Oh, okay.
Rag
Yes.
and Famish is in there.
They're a no-go. Yeah, they were well back, weren't they? They were
Yeah.
over at the start, but they didn't go back. But yeah, they were well back anyway.
Who's on that prop equity boat, Shippo? That they're in there.
That's the Danes.
And Lazarus is in on the park as well, I can see.
Are they? Oh, okay.
Gee, you've got good eyes, Jimmy.
So Lazarus are in.
I eat my carrots.
Oh, it's got light here. It's going to be a long time for some of these boats to finish.
Yeah, looks like GC Sales will be next in. Scotty Cunningham.
Sorry, Jimmy, did you say the Black Knight are gone ashore? Have they?
No,
or
Black
still
Knight's
going?
still
Black Knight's
coming.
right here.
They're
Oh,
just down
okay.
there.
Gee, he's back a bit. So Vycobi across in 5th spot. Next will be GC Sales in 6th.
There's the total distances on the screen for you, Doc.
Oh, they haven't gone that much further actually, and yeah, same as Yandu, but a couple of 1 or 2 more than Balmain and Smeg. But 1 or 2's are quite a bit.
Oh boy, it is light and puffy up in the finishing line as GC Sales trying to get there. And here's one of the tail enders. That's 18-footers. Luca Gambacorti still going.
Probably have them down as the last boat on the course at the moment, Shibbo, only just.
Okay, GC Sales just laying in on starboard to the finishing line, and just as we say, there's good breeze coming out of Double Bay again. They just wicked it up. So they are 6th, and then 7th will be 6th. If you can work that out. 7th is 6th, or 6th is 7th.
6-7.
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand that one, Shippo.
He does it all the time. Him and his mate Gordon Bray were doing it down in the,
Oh,
in
were
the
they?
tent. They
Oh.
were all over it.
They're hit with it.
So there's Jacob
6.
Marks about to
I don't
tackle.
know,
No,
I
is he
don't know
going
that,
home?
I don't
No,
know that he is going to attack Shippo.
Oh dear. No, so he's 6th is not 7th. He's going home.
The Black Knight will be 7th.
Which is an interesting thing to do when you're that way. Back a little anyway. Got a. So the Black Knight will come in 7th.
I wonder if he would have kept going if he was 6th.
Okay. They're across. And then the breeze has just lifted up a bit here, so I think it's going to be Emma Rankin will be next in the Club Marine. Good effort, and just cross tacks with Brad Van Munster in the Fisher Paykel.
Brett made some gains through
Yes.
that race. He was a long way back early.
Another boat barrelling in from the right. Who's that? We picked them up.
Bigfoot, maybe, is it?
Maybe Bigfoot. I can see a Bigfoot sign on the
Yeah.
main
Oh, well, I would
side. It
think
is
that's
Bigfoot.
We're looking at Emma Rankin, and you'll see
she'll-
Bigfoot in a sec.
Cover off on the big foot.
There they are.
And then behind them, I think, is Killer Coffee. Fisher Paykel's. No, who's going to be next? I think it's going to be Emma Rankin. Up to windward here of the big foot. Fisher Paykel coming in on port. I don't think he's going to get there, but he's behind these two. So there we go. Emma in the Club Marine is 8th. And who's going to be 9th? I think, okay, Emma Rankin 8th. Fisher Paykel.
Jousting sticks
yeah.
and paces.
Yeah, I'll give it to Fisher Paykel.
Yep.
And then Bigfoot 10. So
Next
still
is
they keep coming.
Kitchen Maker will probably be your next on water, Shippo.
Kitchen Maker, he will be.
After the Kitchen Maker, we'll have a bit of a gap back. I can see Brisbane 18-footers and
do.
Who'll be good?
Oh, well, the Andu, that's the American team. They've done well. They've got round. Their first real serious hit out for a long, long time.
No.
Does it? The Kitchen Maker is 11th. That's our friends Lockie Steele, George Morton and Jerome Watts. Is coming in now. And next, who's the next one there, Jimmy? That's the Brisbane 18-footers, isn't it?
Brisbane 18-footers, Andu,
and then up
Killer
here,
Coffee.
Killer Coffee.
Pretty close for these three. Brisbane 18-footers probably on a way comfortably there.
Yeah, and both of them are clear across Killer Coffee.
Killer Coffee, Jordan Curtis, celebrating his birthday during the week.
And Killer Coffee, I think, is tomorrow's race day partner.
Okay, do we get a free
coffee in the park? You could get a
macho or whatever they have, all that rubbish that people drink, almond milk. You get that, Jimmy? You'd be into that rubbish, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I love my almond milk, Shimo.
Okay. Meanwhile, back to the races. Sky's clear, breezes come in. Funny about that. So next will be, we've got the Kitchen Maker across as 11. 12th will be Brisbane 18-footers.
I think if you're chatting to the guys on Andu at some stage tomorrow, Dole, you might want to tell them a little bit more vang when they're going upwind, mate.
Most definitely, yeah, looking that way.
Now there's the Andu at top of left. That's the former champion boat.
Hey, but they've done all right.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
They have indeed.
Not sure they're going to finish, though, the Andu.
Oh, he's got that theory. He's got that theory as well.
They're reaching at the moment, Dole, with
they
that
are,
much vang off.
So they'll be lucky 13th, Andu. Andu. A lot of do's here. Killer Coffee 14. Oh,
a little puff there on there, but it's about to run out.
Yeah, so Dole, while the remainder are drifting, well, not drifting home, coming home slowly, let's give me a forecast, have a look for tomorrow, what we're expecting. It was going to be light when I last looked before the start.
Yeah, it is going to be light, and but on the upside, Sunday looks like we are going to have a fantastic southerly. So tomorrow's looking quite variable is probably the biggest thing.
So it'll be a big sail breeze, yep.
It'll definitely be a big sail breeze, and it's sort of southeast.
Fluky.
But predominantly under 10 knots is the forecast, but the forecasts have been a bit out lately, so we'll wait and see. 29-degree day with an afternoon thunderstorm possible. So,
right, well, that could stir things up a bit.
Yeah.
And the southerly's due to come in, early Sunday morning?
Yeah, we should have the southerly in by the time we start racing. So we will have, hopefully, some fantastic number 2 rig sailing, and we're looking at...
On the infamous southerly course.
Yeah, southerly course, and there's a good chance we're going to have over 20 knots.
Well, it's a race not to be missed, but tomorrow, light and tricky. So I think we'll start to wrap things up here. We've seen another outstanding race, the invitation race. And it was Balmain that Henry Larkins won just narrowly right at the finish. From Smeg Ashbrooklyn having their best outing of the season. Yandu 3rd, Shaw and Partners Australia 4th, and Vycobi 5th. So a tricky day, a light day, a good big sail breeze day in a lightish southeaster that never really got much above 11 or 12 knots, and more likely 8 or 9 most of the time. And I think we saw a very good effort from the 2 leaders as well as Yandu, and nothing surprised there. Perhaps Smeg was a little bit of a surprise and did so well, but the rest of the fleet were very close for a long part of the race, but then it started to spread out as the race went on. So tomorrow is another day, and it's the first heat of the championship, 2:45, Australian Eastern Summer Time tomorrow. We hope you can join us. We hope you've enjoyed it. So we've got 9 races to go to decide this year's JJ champion. On behalf of the Sail Media team, this is Peter Shipway saying good afternoon to you from Sydney Harbour, and look forward to your company tomorrow afternoon from the great Sydney Harbour. Good afternoon to you all.